Now, Brandon, you're seen somewhat as the growth guru. You can help companies grow and scale exponentially. So tell me, how do you build a growth culture where everyone on the roster, not just sales, is focused on growing the company?
Yeah, so some of that goes back to, everyone knowing what their role is. And then it really comes up with having, building a value prop, building a business model that is unique. So I'll go back to my last company. It was Merchants Fleet. I actually had been their largest customer, so I knew them pretty well. And I remember I was getting onboarded by them, so I'm getting onboarded as a board member. I went from being a customer to a board member. And during the board member meeting, they told me that they did rentals. And I said, geez, when I was a customer, I never knew you had rentals. So they did like van rentals, truck rentals. And the person looked at me with a straight face and said, oh, that's because you were a customer of the other division. And my answer to them was, so it's not my job to know your organization. So I could have been a much bigger client, but I didn't know everything they did. But that was their organization. So when I went into that company, I took 7 companies and collapsed it into one and said, nobody in the entire fleet industry offers long-term leasing, short-term leasing, and rentals. And now there's reasons, because they're different systems, it's hard. But I said, if we can do that, we can have something unique. That's what we did. And we wound up taking companies like Tesla and Amazon and Terminix from our biggest competitors, because clients said, wait, I don't have to use 3 companies anymore. I don't have to use, Element and Budget and Enterprise. I can use one. So that was just offering your customers something better, something different. By the way, we had lots of people that didn't pick us, and they said, no, like you're the new company, you're a young company, you're a smaller company. And that's fine. Not everyone's going to buy in, but those that did, allowed us to grow the company 5x in 4 years, top line. So how do you build something that's going to provide your customers something that other people aren't able to get?